just let myself cry.
So now let's talk about what the liver body program is going to look like, what I'm going to be following for the next 2 weeks.
Don't let them harden you. Healing is your virtue, let them tears just fall.
The liver body type is kind of like boiling water. And so it's different than the other body types, especially for weight gain, weight loss, is because most of the midsection is actually retained water. And this is connected to the anger body in the spiritual weight loss videos that I've been speaking of. As simple as possible, let's keep it as simple as possible. I'm going to stop eating fried foods. And this is a part of the liver body type. I just still do eat fried food, so I'm going to go 14 days without having any of it. The liver body, anger body program is about releasing water. That's kind of the idea here on the spiritual level. So this is actual physical manifestation of crying, sweating. And so a lot of the program is going to consist of routines where I am trying to release emotions.
I just let myself cry. Woman, let your tears be your glory. Everything about you is a story. Don't let them harden you. Healing is your virtue, let them tears just fall on you. Pick it up.
And you can't really see the steam as good. Maybe you can see it in the mirror. You can't really see the steam that well, but this is a great way to kind of like release some of those toxins. I'm actually steaming before I work out and then maybe steam a little bit after as well.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Don't be afraid, it is healing now. Emotions all the way to your crown. Emotions all the way to your crown. Emotions all the way to your crown. Yeah. I'm the goddess of
because it is like about releasing water. There's also the idea of retaining, cleansing the filter system of the body, which is the liver and the kidneys.
Don't be afraid, it is healing now. Emotions all the way to your crown. Emotions all the way to your crown. Emotions all the way to your crown. Yeah. I'm the goddess of the moon.
These are the gallbladder supplements from Dr. Berg, but you can also consider researching bile salts, and you might want to check with your doctor on that. But using some extra supplements to help with the gallbladder or the liver is also going to be something you want to consider during this time, but you can also do it through your diet. To come to some truths, because unfortunately the people in your life, they do suffer from your anger. They deal with your mood swings and whatnot. And I just wanted to be honest to myself for once. And this is something that I just did for a few days. I wore this idea on, so I wanted to share it with you guys, which is, the body positivity movement and the need to like really love your body. But I stood in the mirror one of the days and I was really upset, and I was just like, you know what? I hate my body. I hate it. And it's not right now, but in that moment it was true. And every action that I was taking, I could see clearly when I said that truth to myself that I did, because I was taking these actions of neglect, self-loathing, even connected to sexuality, deeply connected to sexuality, because anger is with Mars energy. That's passion, anger, and sex. The survival connection to sexuality. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that. We're going to talk about that. But I wanted to just share with you that, I wore on the truth for a couple of days that I really hate my body. And it was a harsh truth that felt right, because I believe that truth does not actually hurt. Truth doesn't hurt. Lies hurt. And I think that there was a lie, to be honest, in trying to convince myself that I love my body in moments when I truly didn't. And so when I said to myself, I hate my body in those moments, I started to see everything. Like, it was true, because I'm putting food in my body that I don't like. I'm lusting after things that are not me. Like, I'm wanting to be somebody else, wanting to have somebody else's body. These are truths that when I said it, it felt right. And it actually catapulted me in a mindset and an energy where I was like, no more hate, no more hate. And now it feels better to choose love for my body because I faced a shadow of hate. I faced it and allowed it to be true and saw that it was true and for many of my actions. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that because what I also ended up doing was sharing it with my husband. And I think that it was important for me to own that up, because insecurities definitely are coming up in my relationships, anger is coming up in my relationships, and a vulnerable moment of truth can allow your loved ones to have more compassion for you when they see that you're having these explosive episodes or having these mood swings. They're able to understand if you just come to them with that truth. And I think that I did give some understanding that was much needed. So I wanted to share with you guys that during these 2 weeks, I also purchased a Gene Keys course. It's connected to human design, and specifically this area. So this area of the bottom of my profile, the purpose gate and the attraction gate, 31, which is arrogance, a shadow of arrogance to leadership to humility, and 63, the shadow of doubt, inquiry, and truth. Now, in the course, they give you kind of things to contemplate, meditate on. And I spent some good time coming back to this during these 2 weeks. And I absolutely found that this was the final moment when I could release a lot, because I had a lot of arrogance and pride over my anger, and being able to release it was helpful. And I continue to use the gift of leadership and inquiry to help myself feel more significant, because anger is deeply about feeling less significant. And I have discovered so much power in this. Yoga for anger, anyone? I hit up my friend Jamikia Lumsden. She does yoga instruction, private yoga instructions, and asked her to give me some poses for anger. So here are some of the ones that I used. Now, I didn't do a full-on yoga session, but I did use these isolated positions in different moments of meditation. Okay, and I probably will do more full sessions on my next liver program because I plan to do this again. But this hip opener was probably the one for me. And as well as some of the other poses, they allowed for me to experience just release in certain joints and areas of my body where we probably trap anger. So yoga for anger is highly recommended, and I really want to do more the next time around. I'm not sure if I actually see any actual weight loss changes, but the internal piece that has been found, I think, is probably priceless. The ability and resources to be able to turn to the things that I know will work can really be something that will cultivate a future of me being able to manage my anger. Now that the Anger Body program is over for these 14 days, we're moving on as I experiment on my body. And next up is a 2-week commitment to the thyroid body, which I call the numb body. Stay tuned for this preview. Let's talk about the numb body. The estrogen body is the one that will gain fat all over, compared to the anger body type, which will just gain fat mainly in the middle, and it's really liquid, but you got to watch that one. The numb body type is the one that will gain fat all over, on the arms, everywhere, basically. So it's just like a big bloat, where the bloat in the liver is more in the stomach. All right, so more on the numb body type. These people may have real difficulty and low tolerance for people. They have maybe lost their tolerance to handle people's emotions, needs, expectations, because we all as humans have it and we all deal with it, but it's like the receptors that are happening for people in the numb body are numbing out. They're